Jackson Madden with Team on the Grind, and who do we have here?
Your TGS monthly winner, Spencer.
Nice, nice. What do we end up playing today, Mr. Winner?
I ended up playing Instant Zombies.
Nice, nice. Any shout-outs or things you'd like to say before we get into the video?
I mean, I shouted out in the other videos. Shout out to Jason driving me here. Really
damn, that's twice that Jason's drove the winner? Damn, everyone needs to get in Jason's car.
I want to shout out to my buddies Scott and Alan. Scott's been great Blackwing practice, which you really need when you're in the zombie matchup, when you're playing zombies. And then shouts out Alan for getting me more water, and I didn't have to pay for it. And then the Edison format zombie channel, all the guys there, it's always great being able to bounce ideas off of them, seeing everyone else talk about it too, just helps. And the whole Chicago Edison scene. I love everyone here.
Nice. Let's get into spicy deck profile.
Yeah, so first just all the zombies, 3 turtle, the 2 goblin, your Reaper, Mizuki, Master, Blink. Standard 9. I don't really think many zombie decks should like deviate from this, unless you're on like Diva Hero. You would take out like Turtle and maybe Reaper, but otherwise, yeah, just pretty broad standard. And for one of the other best cards of the deck, Caius. Zombies are a deck that, in my opinion, uses Caius better than any other. Whether it's instant Caius or Tribute Caius for Goblin Zombie, it's just such a great play. Great. And it's dark for Dad, you know.
Of course, we got to fuel Dad.
Absolutely. Speaking of, the Dark Armed and Gores, the 2 power 1-of Darks. Dark Armed, I saw a lot today, just glued to my hand. You just pop off with him. You banish, and then you get to return. And what I did a couple times today was I had Dad pop Goblin to get a search, and then he's also a Dark still, so you can just pop another card. You can still pop another card all the same.
Okay.
And then for my tuner package, I was on the Psychics. So I played the 2 Krebons and 1 Commander.
How'd you like the Psychic package?
I really like the Psychic package a lot compared to Diva, especially because when I'm trying to like grind with the zombies, if you have the Diva, I almost feel like you're more so forced to push with it, and there's more pressure to almost immediately kind of just break through their board, whereas like just sitting on a Krebons, it's really annoying for a lot of decks to deal with. Like I went up against Vayu, I would summon Krebons, they would have like an armor or something, and they would set a monster, and I'm like, okay, so you're definitely trying to answer my Krebons with that. You can just tribute for a Caius, banish that monster. Just keeping Krebons on board, and the next turn you normal Goblin, make your 6. Stalls a lot, I love it. And having the second is really nice too, because I can allure 1 away, like banish it off lure, and then I'm just like, well, I still have 1 in deck, I'm chilling.
Nice.
Then the last 2 monsters is the Gale and Tomato. So, I mean, Gale, pretty block standard for instant. It's such a great tuner. Helps you beat over different things. Tomato was kind of a flex spot. Having the 4th recruiter can be really nice, but a lot of times when I drew him today, it was already in these like hands full of monsters, and it just ended up being a pretty much nothing burger on the day for him. But I still think I'd probably keep it, just to have the 4th recruiter to be able to get you to Goblin sooner, or if you really need to, a Krebons too.
Okay.
And then that's it. 19 monsters, I'm pretty sure. And for the spells, the first 3, my favorite, Book of Life, 3 of them, and 2 instant, which forms the instant psychic package. I love Book of Life. It is like my favorite reason to play zombies. A DD Chrome Monster Reborn all in one is so good. It's so broken. Especially if you instant for Caius, and then you bring back the Reaper with Book, banish like any monster from their grave, and then you get to rip cards out of their hand too. It does a ton. Instant being just like a nice free 4 or 5 body, it works great. And being able to like second turn on somebody, they have their set Ryko, and then you just instant Caius it. There's not really many better feelings when you're at least going up against Vayu. You're stuck on zombies. The rest is just the 1-ofs, power 1-ofs, MST, lure, heavy, Mindcon in main. I think you always main Mindcon in zombies. You have enough tuners, you have enough ways to convert it. whatever you're stealing, and you can just take a Raikou, take a hamster. It's either just flip the hamster so they can't summon anything, or a lot of times I love mind conning their Raikou, popping their one back row, and then just popping off from there. Because you also have like E-Telly, your Plague. So many different ways to just bring a tuner out with it. Came through for me today, always run it. Then for the traps, I went 2 bottomless, 2 deep riz, 2 trap stun. I love this card
for you?
so much. So good. Insane. I love trap stun. I think every zombie deck should be on it, whether it's you want to go crazy and O.T.G somebody, or you want to trap stun a deck dev or Icarus attack. It puts in so much work, offensively or defensively. I would probably not play a zombie deck without it at this point. I was able to go turn 1 against Blackwing, T-set with a turtle and trap stun, and it's like, what's your answer to that? There's not a great one. And so then I was able to bring out a Goblin and then tribute for Caius, trap stun the bottomless. I was able to just explode from there. And if you draw a heavy and you have trap stun set, it's a great feeling.
Oh yeah.
You'll bait the judgment and then you just flip the trap stun, or you flip the Starlight and then you chain trap stun. Last 5: Dust Shoot, Dust Tornado, Return, Call, and Torrential.
Is there a card you're missing?
Yeah. So, I did not play Mirror Force.
What?
I was swapping cards between decks, and I just kind of never noticed that I didn't have Mirror Force in my list. If there's a card I'd probably take out for Mirror, it would be probably either the Dust or the Call. Because I think having the 2 trap stun MST heavy is probably enough back row hate. But like Call also just kind of sucks into Blackwing value if they just have oppression. I would side it out against them, but like also being able to bring back your Gale, any other tuners, or a Brio, or an extra just Monster Reborn is really convenient. But yeah, no Mirror Force. If I were to put the Mirror Force in, yeah, I would probably take out either the Call, the Dust, or the Tomato, I would think.
Okay.
These were kind of like the last 3 spots. I might also just throw in the Mirror Force 2 and play 42 cards.
Okay.
It's something I'm going to figure out. That's for the main.
Hey man, apparently you didn't need it.
There were hands where I was actually sitting on a bunch of monsters. If it was not Tomato and Mirror, some of my hands would have been a lot better, but you draw monsterful hands and zombies. You just kind of got to prepare for that every
Luckily,
time.
it ended up not costing you the whole tournament.
Fortunately not. Do you want to do side deck or extra decks?
Your choice, bud.
Let's do the side deck. So, first up in the side deck are the monsters. You got Kaiku, 1 Dyna, 2 DD Assailant, and 1 Breaker. I think it's pretty standard monster side lineup. Maybe the second Assailant people might not have, but I really think you should be on it. I brought it in basically every matchup. It's great into Blackwing, Vayu, Frog, Machina, Plant, Fairy, basically anything. It just doesn't die to deck dev. It is a very annoying card to have to deal with. Assailant would like eat Brain Cons, eat the Bottomlesses. They came in like basically every matchup. Kaiku and Breaker came in when I played Vayu. They're solid. I really like Breaker. I might even bring it in against Blackwing if you need to deal with their like oppression or whirlwind. You want to get that out of the way. Dyna never actually came in at all today for me. I mainly have them there because plants are scary. Your Caius targets like pretty much everything does, so you pretty much have to pray Colossal can beat over it and not get like bottomless or anything. Nothing I'd probably change with the monster lineup. That was it all felt great. And then on the side, the spells, just very simple. Monster removal, 2 smashing and a vortex. I like my 1-for-1 removal, and then against like Blackwings, Frogs, like the big 3, they all like to have a couple monsters out, so vortexing them is great. You pitch your zombie, and then it's Book of Life ready. Yeah, just a lot of help. Because you got to be ready for people to bring in like Dyna, Vanities. kind of consecrated, but when you have like the assailants and stuff, you're not really caring about consecrated as much, but it still kind of sucks. It's not as bad.
I can't take 2 cards.
And lastly, in the traps, 3rd Deepris, 2 Rug, 2 Skill, a Transmigration Prophecy, and a good old Trap Hole.
Trap hole.
Trap Hole.
What year is this?
2025. Trap Hole was a great side card for me. I want to shout out Fitz. I saw it on one of his profiles first, and I started testing it, and I was like, this card actually rules. Mainly it's for Blackwing, but I would bring it in against Glad Beast as well. You can bring it in against like anything that. Technically, you can even bring it against frogs if you really are scared. But like, I don't know. It actually put in a lot of work for me. Just being an extra way to stop whirlwinds, or just deal with the GBs and not letting that engine get rolling. Weakest card on my side for sure was Transmigration. I never really sided it in, but because like Book of Life already is banishing cards. Like technically you have Kaiku in the side too with 2, but I never found myself siding it in. I played a couple frog players, but what I brought in against frogs was the Drain and Rugs. I think every zombie deck should be on 2 Drain. Just always. Even if you're on Diva Zombie, play Skill Drain. It's really good. Having the Rugs as well is just don't get Gaius. There's no worse feeling than just getting your Turtle or Goblin Gaius. It happens a lot. And then 3rd Deepris was really nice, especially when you don't have Mirror Force.
Yep.
That makes it a lot better, but yeah, just the removal in this, you just banish so many different ways with this deck. I love it so much. Keeping people's graveyards low, it really is, it has this great like control aspect, but then it's also zombies, and I can just swing for like 7k in a turn. I love this deck.
It really seems like you really just love this type of archetype, and just...
It's just, yeah, zombies I've just always vibed with. And lastly, the extra. Your 2 Instant Fusion targets.
The boy.
Reaper on the Nightmare. Insane.
The boy.
Rip cards out of their hand. Stick around. Be annoying. Synchro with him first, and then you bring him out. Because Instant Fusion counts as proper fusion summon. And then Reaper just starts ripping cards. Spirit Reaper on crack.
Yeah.
And then the Carbonala Warrior. I go with Carbonala over like Darkfire because having the Earth, if they have Consecrated or Drago, is really nice. It's technically a Warrior, so like it can buff Colossal Fighter. But the biggest thing is that you can summon him under like Consecrated or Drago, and then like tribute summon for Caius and it's Drago, or E-Telly into a Commander and make Black Rose still. I've never really had it come up ever where I'm like, oh man, I wish this was Darkfire because I needed that 3rd Dark. If anything, you just have all your tuners, everything else is Dark, so like having 1 less to not overload you for dad, really nice. Rest of this extra is pretty standard. Cataster, Armory Arm. Never made him today, but gotta have him just in case, especially when you have like 4 technically level 2 tuners, or wait, something like twice. Black Rose. Nuking the board with like Instant Fusion E-Telly is great. You don't even commit your normal and everything's gone. Or if you have a Goblin on board, you just E-Telly for Commander, or normal the Gale or Commander. What I tried to do against Blackwing was Minecon Shura, Special Gale, and then Black Rose them.
That's crazy.
You can even do that, or if you just steal a Sirocco, and you have like E-Telly, Kreb, or Plague, you just Black Rose them. And if you kill one of the Whirlwinds, you're in a really good spot. Standard Brio, Colossal, Dark End, Doom Kaiser. You play Doom Kaiser if you're on zombies. Play Doom Kaiser. Always be able to punish their grave having Plague in it. Always, especially if you're on like instant and you have 3 Book of Life. Because Doom Kaiser is when it's special summoned, not when it's synchro summoned. When it's special summoned.
That's crazy.
So yeah, what you can also technically do is call the Haunted their Plague, or call the Haunted Doom Kaiser and then take their Plague as well. Yeah. It is always fun now and again when people don't realize, oh, don't leave Plague Engrave against zombies. Never leave Plague Engrave unless it's like your end phase mills, in which case, pray they don't have like Zombie Master or a way to convert to Doom Kaiser. Guy Knight, like probably the other flex spot in the extra. 2600 is a great number to beat over Stardust, to beat over Monarchs. It lets you commit and not throw your Goyo out there to get bottomless. You like could play Flamvel for the piercing. I don't think you really need it. It's never really come up for me because like if I'm gonna attack into defense position monsters, unless they're specifically tokens, it's better to make Revive King like every time and just negate the effects of whatever you're swinging into. And it's another way to deal with Ab Zero and not have to like sack the Goyo. It's a nice have for later. Which speaking of, it's Goyo. You got the Revive King, insane card, just so broken. Makes just running into everything so fun. All of it's negated, engrave, on field, don't care. It's going to follow it all the way. A Stardust, a Thought Ruler, and probably the other flex spot, but I think if you're on instant, you should be playing it, Urbellum. Just locks down people's hands. It goes crazy against frogs. It forces answers from them where they either have to commit their monsters or set a couple back row, which you have the trap stuns and the heavies to counter it. My final round, where I needed to win to make top 8, or win and guarantee top 8, yeah, game 2, Urbellum and Reaper just go insane. Like, if you're ever able to Urbellum and Reaper somebody in the same turn, you are probably winning that game. It might take another turn or two, but you've basically guaranteed that you win that game. There's a number of games where you just do this immediately and like pretty much win, but not instantly win, is a lot. It's such a fun duo. Even if you don't make him a ton, and you're only like bouncing one technically, it's still great. So, that's the whole list.
Nice, nice. Anything you'd like to say at the end?
Zombies can do it. Believe. Play this deck. It is fun. Go Burr.
Well, so proud of you. First of many wins, hopefully. Can't wait to see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you guys later.